If you've always felt the urge to run away because you feel that nobody truly understands what you're going through and that people only accept you and see you when you're fitting into this mold of what they expect you to be and that you have to perform in order to feel seen and accepted, this time I'm going to hold your hand as I say this, but you have to be whatever you're looking for externally out there for yourself. And maybe that's hard to hear, or maybe you don't understand what that means, but we're going to break it down together. So if you have felt misunderstood and that you weren't receiving love for being as you are, and that you felt like you've always had to change who you are or be hyper attuned to what other people are thinking or wanting and be that in order to feel accepted and loved, you are not alone. And there are many people who have been experiencing that. If you look at that video, so many people have felt that you're like, I'm reading their heart or their soul, because they finally feel seen for the fact that growing up, you may have felt that love was conditional and that you only receive love and care when you behave exactly a certain way. So you have this urge to run away to a place where you might find other people who accept you and see you fully, or maybe it's just the fact that you feel like nobody here gets you, so you just want to remove yourself from the situation because it feels emotionally draining and toxic and tiring and exhausting, and it probably is. But the hard part is that if you are running away, you're probably searching externally for something. You're thinking that if I move to this place or this other situation, that I'll find other people who finally understand me. Or if I just leave and run away, I'll be in this other place where I can start fresh, start new, and it's going to be okay, it's going to be better, because as long as I leave this situation. But the hard truth is, and I'm going to hold your hand, is that you are going to recreate the same situations over and over again in just different environments until you wake up and recognize what you are doing. Because if you have felt so misunderstood and you've just been searching and longing for this sense of understanding and acceptance, the truth is that you probably have not been giving yourself that acceptance. And before you're like, what does that even mean? It means that when you are searching externally for something, whether it's validation or acceptance or love, whatever it is outside of yourself, you are not going to find it, because you will continue to attract other people who are in lack. If you lack something and you feel that I don't have enough love or acceptance or validation, so you're looking externally of yourself, looking for other people or situations where you might feel that or you might find that feeling, you are not going to find it until you give it to yourself. And what does that mean? So many of us are desperately looking for understanding from other people, but have you ever sat and stopped to see if you understand yourself? Do you see your pain? Do you allow yourself to sit in the pain and understand yourself and comfort yourself and give yourself the ability to feel seen and accepted? Do you let yourself cry, or do you get frustrated with yourself when you're crying or having negative emotions? Do you allow yourself to sit in the depths of your pain? Do you see yourself, and can you hold yourself and show yourself the same empathy and care that you wish you were getting from somebody else? Because until you can see every aspect of yourself, even the parts that you are embarrassed about, or the parts that you feel shame about, or the parts that are really, really vulnerable and uncomfortable to sit with, until you see that, nobody else is going to see it and accept you and make you feel seen, because you have not even made yourself feel seen yet. And I think it's an overplayed quote. Like, people are always like, you accept the love that you believe you're worthy of, and you can only meet someone as deeply as they've met themselves. And a lot of times I had heard that too, and it never really clicked until it actually does. And then you recognize and realize that you will never, running away, you will never find what you are looking for until you realize that you have to accept and see and love yourself first. If you are looking for love, you have to love yourself first. If you're looking for acceptance and the feeling of being seen, have you seen yourself? Have you seen all parts of you, even the parts of you that you might feel a little embarrassed about or you feel uncomfortable with? You have to know you and see you. Nobody else can see you until you see you. And I know it sounds really freeing and liberating at the prospect of running away, starting over, giving yourself a fresh start, and just being in a new environment. And if you are in a toxic situation, surely that will bring you a lot of freedom and a lot of peace to leave this toxic situation that is draining you emotionally, mentally, physically, maybe even. But the thing is that if you do not want to recreate the same situation and continue to attract people who are in lack, you cannot be in lack yourself. You need to work on you and turn inwards and really be clear with yourself. Where am I not seeing myself? Where am I not giving myself validation and love? Maybe it means you're hard on yourself when you mess up. So you are attracting people who are also really hard on yourself and who are just not seeing you fully because they are only seeing you through the lens of what they perceive as possible. And when you show up for yourself, when you begin to realize and know that you are whole, because you have always been whole, nothing that you do or do not do can determine your worth. But once you recognize and realize that you are fundamentally whole and that you do not need to search outside of yourself for this sense of belonging or validation that you think that you need externally, you will begin to recognize and realize that you have always had what you need within you, and you will continue to attract people who are more healed and more whole, and you will feel the urge to stay where you are, maybe not in the exact same situations, but you won't feel this urge to completely run away because you feel whole in you, and that you are giving yourself the validation, the love, the affirmations that you have always needed, because it's never been you finding the right person or the right friends to just click and make your life all easy and fixed and solved all over. It's not that. It's always been the shift inside of you to recognize that where can I see myself? Where can I give myself the validation and love so that I feel fundamentally whole and that I am not looking for someone outside of myself to satisfy that, because you have it within you.